I make sure that my time I have, I'll use it right. I'll use it to do something right. Because I know I'm not going to be here forever.
Mama taught me courage is the most important thing in life. Courage to dream and to follow my passion. So every day, I look for my opportunity. I take a step forward without knowing where I am going next. Because I believe. Like the soaring eagle in the bright sky, courage is within me. It's time for me to take a flight.
But for me, even watching you put the bibs in the bag at the event, I was thinking you're sacrificing a lot. But it will mean very little if in 20 years' time you can't say, or we can't sit together and say, we are part of recruiting the best generation of young kids who can then go on to become the new generation of black stars. And there were players on the team, I'm sure that you knew, that weren't the level. You shouldn't be making the same mistakes, in my opinion, because everybody is looking up to you in Ghana to change like the face of football here. And it starts with Right to Dream because the foundation is so solid. So we shouldn't be compromising at all. And this starts with you accelerating your experiences and reflecting more deeply.
Swap.
I think it's not only about football. I think we have a framework to build on all the values that we look for in kids.
So we look for people who are highly talented, have an X factor in either their execution or their thinking, something that gets us on the edge of our seats, and then someone who feels at home on a football pitch, who wants the ball, who wants to express themselves, wants to impact the game, so someone who's kind of engaged in the game. And then off the pitch, their character is hard to assess, but we can get a gut feel on their type of personality, how they'll interact with the environment here, how they'll accept the challenges of the work ahead that they have. We academically test at the first point of contact, so we have a good snapshot of their academic potential.
Okay, at the top here, you have name, class, and team. If the opposite of big is small, what is the opposite of thick? Next section, verbal classification. Number 1, ferry, bus, aeroplane. These 3 items or equipment.
Football, there's no guarantee that you're going to make it. But what Right to Dream is doing right now is like football and education. So you have 2 things in your hands. If one doesn't work, one will succeed on it. Education, nobody can take it away from you. But football, you can get injured today and you're done. But when you have the education, it's something that you can hold on to and look for a job or look for something you look in the future. Sometimes we go to Ivory Coast, bring some of the kids, none of them speak English. But give them 2-3 months, they started speaking English fluently. These kids, I always let them know that, look, you guys have to take this thing very seriously. Don't joke with that. Don't think about just football, and you leave the education aside.
Don't kick it in the sky. You kill the birds. Okay? Keep it. Explain. Every kid has a history. They have a family. So we need to know what their mom is like, what their dad is like. Is there any form of abuse at home? Is there alcohol abuse? Is it a stable environment? What does the bookshelf look like? Is there a bookshelf? Because you can rest assured that kids whose parents are reading more, and that's coming out in a kid who's more first in vocabulary, can hold their own. There's a certain amount of imagination going on in there where they can then maybe have better social skills, or not so much social skills, but they enjoy quiet time. So it's an assumption that every African kid is desperate for the opportunity, and that means you don't have to pay any attention to what's going on at home. No, home is informing everything that is coming out on the pitch, in the classroom, in the dormitories. So we need to paint as clear a picture as we can to people at the organization without influencing their opinions when a child is coming on trial, in order to do justice to their talent. Okay, boys, listen. There's going to be two teams, one orange and one blue. When you come up, you're going to take a bib, and then you're going to call the number out. So the first player, Rooney, come. Take the orange blue. Frederick.
No, wait on top of your shirt.
Orange. Blue Williams, right? Sully. Position. Good. Godfred. Frederick. Name again? Sully Razak. Okay, cool. Isaac Craig. Good. But Isaac, you like the wing better, no? You like left wing better. Can you play in the middle? Position. Okay.
Normally, scout will go and scout the kid, the player, and give it to the team or the coach, then move away. But in Right to Dream, we don't do that. We scout, bring the kid to the training, to the team, the coaches. We still follow them from there. The kids trust us more than anybody, because we found them. So in every situation they have, in every problem they have, they always look out to us and come and talk to us.
At U11s, you're the dad, because they tiny, you bigger. You can do things they can't do. The moment that I feel most responsible and hugely under pressure in my job is when we sit in the office with the other members of staff. So that's the teachers, the CEO, the head of pastoral, the head of football. Because my emotional investment and the team's emotional investment is so much higher than they could feel. Because we've been on the road searching for 9 months, for 12 months, sometimes for 3 years, sometimes for 4 years. We batting for those kids' families and that kid, and sometimes that child doesn't have a voice. In the under 11s he might not have a voice. In the under 13s he doesn't have a voice, because maybe he's come from a home where abuse was common. So there's no confidence, there's no self-esteem, there's just my voice standing proxy for him. So then it can get really emotionally charged, and then I feel that responsibility. It comes back to patience and reflection, and to pull myself out. And this is where I think it's important to be humble, because you gotta allow people to also check your emotions. And if you can't do that, then you could make a mistake, and then a life could be ruined.
I've seen a lot of talent. Some of the kids play football and I sit down and I have goosebumps all over me. Sometimes I cry, you know.
We see 25,000 a year. We only give between kind of 14 and 18 scholarships a year. So essentially you're rejecting everybody, whether that's at the first time you see them or later down the line. Breaking that news to a young kid with big dreams is really hard. And I think myself and other members of the team use that difficulty to make sure that we try and do our best work.
Everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants to make it in life. It's really, really sad after the trials and they are going home and they know that they are not part of it or you didn't write their names. Some of them cry a lot and you know you cannot do anything about it. So normally what I do is like after the trials and some of the kids didn't make it, I always sit with them or stand with them and advise them. I always tell them that look, you have to still working. It doesn't mean that I didn't choose you. It doesn't mean that you are not going to make it. Not every player would go through right to dream before they will make it. If I don't see you, somebody might see you. So keep working hard, keep pushing, don't stop, and just be honest with yourself that look, I've done my best.
They need to see like that that's possible, that if they work hard it's possible, that the barriers aren't too many, that the door is open enough for them to walk through. If they know that we come to their village or come to their town, then they'll work harder, they'll see the opportunity in front of them, they'll know that it's possible. And then when they know that it's not just about football, that it's about education, it's about character, and it's about for the collective benefit, hopefully that seeps into the community at the community level, that they actuate that in their everyday lives without ever having to come to Right to Dream, because many of them won't.
Look at where I'm from. When I moved from here to Europe the first time, I thought all these things are not there anymore. Poverty is not there anymore. Everything is okay because everything is okay for me. You understand? I can take care of my family, my mother, my brothers and my sister. I can take care of them, my aunties, everybody. So I thought everything is fine with everybody. Till I started scouting and I go to some of the players' houses. It's really, really, really sad. It makes me shed tears all the time when we go to their houses, and then I realized that wow, this thing is still there. People are still going through what I've been through before. So it makes me love this job more than anything. And I think about my children as well. Because I know that I'm there. My children are home, so these kids are my children now. So I have to do everything possible and help them. And it's always good when you have the opportunity to help somebody. You see my friends that I play with neighborhood, you know, a lot of them still here, and a lot of them have passed away. And I really, really give thanks to God that I'm still alive, you know, because I don't know what I'll be or where I'll be if I don't have football. And I don't have God in my life, you understand? So I really, really appreciate that. And also, for me, making it, you know, I know it's not easy. Some of the kids where they come from is really, really tough. Sometimes what they eat is really, really hard for them. Playing in the neighborhood, I always praying that somebody can walk in and help us. But nobody did. But now, I'm in that position right now. And I know I can help another kid. I'll do it. I'm doing it. I will not stop I don't care whatever is going on the road or what is going to happen or something. We face a lot of challenges, but my mind is not there at all. My mind is the next kid I'm going to find.
There's so much of pressure on kids to come out the other side as the next superstar or somebody who's going to change the world. No, I think you should look within yourself, be happy first and foremost, feel loved, think of yourself and act like you as part of a family, go through as normal childhood as possible, and if we can remove some of the stress and the child can cope with some of the stress and manage that, then you get to a point where they at the next stop in the journey, and then we take over. So it's a continuous transitioning into different environments where we're helping them, and then the value of the opportunity is then truly seen and felt by others in the community. I'm curious to know what the value of that opportunity is, because that opportunity could mean very little if we don't instill values into these kids. Values that mom and dad are still important, your baby brother, your baby sister is still important, the local school that you went to is still important. If you look at other places in the world where the alumni network is so strong that they keep going back and providing opportunities and keeping institutions strong, I think this is what we want our kids to be doing, is keeping their institutions and communities strong.
So many kids, they always forget where they're coming from. And at the moment you forget where you're coming from, you lose yourself as a person. Like being on road, like being on top for 12 to 14 years, you forget the road that it takes you to get there. So when you started doing that, then your career started going down. But there's so many people out there praying for you. There's so many people out there supporting you in any kind of way, which you don't know. You have to know that you left people behind. So I feel like whenever you go and God bless you and the door opens, I think you have to come back and help. And you have to come back and show the people love. Some people, not about money, but the way you relate to them, the way you talk to them, help the people around, respect the people around, show them love, get close to them, so that they feel that blessing that God has blessed you to. Because so many people you meet them, and even hug is something for them, or talking to them is something for them. They really feel it, and they're really happy about that. Being in the academy, a lot of kids, most of the time they ask me why am I there. But they know that I have a hotel, they know that I'm living good, they know that things are good for me, something like that. But I always let them know that, look, it's not about the money, it's not about anything, but it's about the love you have for people and the respect. And let the people know that you are there. You understand? I have the opportunity.